Muad'Dib, there is spice in them dunes. Alright, that's really stupid. Yeah, I know. But this is a game I just created over the weekend. And as you can see, it's a guy on a flying carpet going over the sand dunes. Now, I didn't just come up with this out of nowhere, and it wasn't just because the Dune movie came out last year. But it's actually kind of based, or is supposed to be inspired by an old DOS game that came out in the 1990s. The DOS game was supposed to be a flight simulator real-time strategy game. Now, I know that's a bit of a odd concept, but I'm gonna see if I can give it a go. But it's proving to be a bit beyond my programming capabilities, so I might come back to it instead. Here I'm making the flying carpet on Blender, texturing it. It's a little bit like MS Paint almost, using lines to try to create a pattern. I had a little bit of trouble. Finally got the lines nice and even the way I wanted them to be, not crooked. Put in a little golden trim. Reinforce a blue trim on the outside right there, and now put a little bit of gold back in. I start animating it, and as you'll see, the animation didn't go very well. It looks absolutely stupid. It looks pathetic. No. I'm a very sophisticated art critic. Now, here I made another animation. This one is more like a wave from the front to the end, or the front to the back. And I'm just stretching it out to be longer because it was going way too fast. Let's see here. Alt-A. Very janky looking. Very, very janky looking. Yeah, so I gave up on the animations for a while, and I decided to focus on making a humanoid, or some kind of person to ride the flying carpet. I kind of had in mind a guy with a turban and a curly mustache, and well, at first it wasn't going so well because I had apparently moved some things in object mode. You'd only want to move things in edit mode, especially if you're working with animations. You want the origin to be at the center, but I couldn't do it without replacing the objects because they were moved over too far to the left. I don't know what caused it. I also make the ears, the nose, the head, the body, the arms, the legs, all those as separate objects because having the text put all of those on one UV map, there's a lot that can go wrong, so I just segmented it all. Here I'm making his face, made his mustache, blue eyes. I think during this recording my mic wasn't on or something. Let's see, maybe using the smear tool there. I think this part is all in a video already. You can go and watch it somewhere else. But I was really happy with how this face turned out. If you look a few videos back, I was making a bunch of faces and they were all turning out horribly wrong. But this one went very well. I was very pleasantly surprised by how well it went. He has very simple hands. No thumbs or anything. They're like EverQuest or Half-Life 1 hand. Okay, today I'm going to focus on getting this guy onto a Godot project. I had to flip him around again because the nose wasn't attached. You're probably going to hear my creaking desk a lot. I built it with plywood and this metal cabinet that was going to be thrown away. And so like I said right there in the video, yeah, my cat, if you hear a lot of creaking in a lot of the videos, it's because this desk I built, it's not very well put together. I'm not the greatest carpenter in the world, but I don't like sitting down at the computer. It hurts my back, so I always like to stand at the computer whenever possible. So I built this.
X. Let's do it in controlled increments. Go for 3. R Z. R, I'm gonna double hit X. Whoops. R. About Y. Nope. Z. Okay, that's the one. I had to double hit Z right there. Control C. Shift. Wait. Sit. Alt Control V. No. Shift Control V. Okay. Yeah, it looks kind of stupid right now, but RX 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. RX 1. He's ready to wrestle. Let's move U2 down. U2 up. How do I go in the negative direction? Location rotation bit. Yeah, I know how to make it better. I know what to do. Rotate you. Rotate you. Yeah, I think that will work. It's funny, his arms are going like that.
Yeah, every time I want to record, those roosters start crowing. But as you can see, I found a better way to animate the carpet. I put in some loop cuts, or I hit Control R, and I went the opposite direction, and I added some bones on each corner and one in the middle. Ended up looking pretty good. And then I had to go into the node editor on the cycles renderer so that I could export it. Oh.
Okay, so without Z-plane, if we do area like this, I can get that effect, which I don't want, at least not at the moment. So Z-plane only goes up, so no matter what, it goes up, and I gotta get rid of the symmetry. I don't know why it's always on. Probably because it's used for faces more often than landscapes. Let's start off with the edges of the map.
So I decided to make some sand dunes. I already made a sand dune texture a long time ago, like maybe a year or two ago. So I just had to use that texture.
Okay. Looks good enough for a test. Of course, we don't want the player going out of bounds. So let's just take these guys here. Let's turn this guy on. Let's do a sharper one. And yeah, something like that is good. Desert sand. That's the one. Okay. Let's hook that up right there. And let's go back to let's just zoom it out.
So then all I had to do was bring them over to Blender, but I didn't do certain things correct. I really should have hit /colon only.
Okay, I'm recording. I had to re-import it. So let's open this guy up. Should be just fine. Yeah, it's got its collision shape. Okay. The problem was I hit period col only, not dash col only.
This is a really stupid way to make a video. I keep interrupting myself. Tell me what you think in the description. I mean, in the comment section below. But yeah, slash colonly, and you put it as a child, it turns into a collision shape on Godot.
Zone. Alpha 1. Okay. We're gonna bring in this guy. We're gonna bring in this. We're gonna put you up there like that. And I'm gonna put in a light.
Yeah, so I had to mess around with the lighting. I don't know what was going on with it, but I ended up using emissions. It's all coming together now. And I went to another program to, well, you'll see.
Someone help me out. Posting about the spring arm. Let's give him a script. No comments. Create script. So, first thing I know, I want to have a ready function. I want to have a process function. I want input. I want a physics process. Set up some things. Forth, back, left, right. There won't be any jumping in this. Leave, return. So this is how far up and down, so how far from the middle of the screen or looking straight onward, downwards you can look. Export, float. So this one goes from 0, which is head on, up to 90. So that's how far up you can look. That little $sign means I'm taking something directly out of the tree. In this case, it's the camera and the pivot. Now, in this particular case, we're gonna be, whenever we rotate left or right, like that, this guy's always gonna be facing the same ahead, looking straight onwards from us. But if you want a game where you can look at your face, you gotta put in 2 different pivots. You would want it like this. So there's you would rotate left to right around one of these, and on the other one you would rotate up and down on. But none of that's been done. We'll just delete all that.
So what I just explained there was how to create a third-person camera where the character doesn't move while you rotate.
So you probably notice that right here I have a little true statement. If you remember in our very first video on the Tower of Pain, I kept sliding down the slope. Well, that was because this statement didn't do anything in Godot 3.3, I think it was. And this is Godot 3.4, so it now operates just fine. Let's go see how this works out. I just have to ignore all those. I forgot to set it to where the mouse look is captured again. It's looking okay so far. Going pretty decently. I don't know why the sand dune is so... Maybe if I change the emissions.
I want to give a shout out to someone who posted a comment, but they deleted it. But they sent me to a video that really helped out with clipping camera. I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay, so now the carpet is no longer invisible from underneath. I should have put his feet above the carpet a little more. And because he's on a flying carpet, there shouldn't be a slope that's too hard for him to go up. He should go up any slope. I'm going to have to figure out how to fix that. And I'm also going to have to figure out how to make it to where he can create a castle out of the ground right there. I could improve the flying carpet too. Flying carpet could be much better. This is pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. Going over the desert. I think I'm going to have to build up my programming skills before going on this project any further, because I got to be able to create a height map. And the game's height map will have to be manipulative, or you have to be able to manipulate the height map in game.
Yeah, so like I said there in the video, my programming skills aren't there up high enough to create a height map, let alone a height map that you can manipulate in game. So ultimately this project is going to go to rest for a while, but I'm going to be getting back on it hopefully sometime this year, as well as Silent Night, which hopefully will be coming out this Christmas. I wasn't going to be able to get it out last Christmas. Oh, there's some music. I tried whistling the original Magic Carpet soundtrack. Well, I don't like sand anyways. I don't like sand. It gets everywhere. It's coarse and rough. Okay, that's a good way to end the video. Alright, see y'all in the next one.